Now back to our breaking news out of Orange County. Within the last half hour, we have learned a suspect fired at deputies before leading them on a chase and then later bailing out of his car on foot. Channel 9's Drew Petromo is live on the scene of this breaking news at Fairbanks Avenue at Edgewater Drive. And Drew, what do you know?
Liz, take a look at this scene, a very active scene right now. This is Fairbanks Avenue, just east of Edgewater, and Orange County deputies responded here just within the last half hour after somebody fired shots at a deputy. You can see there are Orange County deputies on the scene as well as Orlando police officers. When we drove by, this was still not taped off, and we did see a couple people in custody. Details on what exactly happened are sketchy at best right now. We do know that there was an officer involved shooting, and there is also another scene. There is this scene here, and then there is another scene. We're not sure exactly how many shots were fired at this point. Orange County emergency responders did just arrive at the scene, so there may be somebody injured as a result of this shooting, but we are not sure on the details yet. We will be sure to be bringing you more information on this case as soon as it comes in. We're going to be working to get in touch with Orange County deputies to find out exactly what happened at this scene. But for now, we're reporting live in Orange County. Drew Petromo, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
It's a tough day for race fans who are...
Casey Anthony, her lead defense attorney, has just days to hand over reports on expert witnesses, or he could face contempt, fines, and sanctions. Channel 9's Drew Petromo is live at the Orange County Courthouse. Drew, the judge said Jose Baez intentionally kept some detailed information about those witnesses from the prosecution.
That's right, and you know, when Judge Belvin Perry Jr. took over this case, he said he would take no nonsense when it came to meeting deadlines and moving this case towards trial. Yesterday in court, we found out what happens when those deadlines aren't met. When Casey Anthony and her lawyers headed to the Orange County Courthouse, they faced an angry prosecution that was asking the judge to impose sanctions on the defense team. The beef was that the defense had failed to meet a court deadline to provide information on what its expert witnesses would be testifying about. Prosecutors say they need the information in order to conduct sworn interviews in preparation for trial.
If Baez does not do as the court ordered, it could lead to the exclusion of defense forensic witnesses to refute the state's expert.
The prosecution said the defense was in willful violation of Judge Belvin Perry Jr.'s orders. They wanted Perry to impose a fine of $500 for every day the defense was late in handing over the information. The defense said it had been working hard to meet deadlines with limited resources. In ruling, Perry held off on harsh sanctions, but said they are the next step if the defense continues to fail to meet deadlines. He did order the defense to pay the state's court costs for the hearing and provide all information on its experts.
It's clear from the judge's ruling that the judge believes that Mr. Baez is skirting the rules of criminal procedure, the discovery rules, and the court's orders.
And Casey Anthony will be right back in court in the coming weeks. I'll have more on that coming up in the news at 6. Reporting live at the Orange County Courthouse, Drew Petromo, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
Teresa Jacobs is just hours into her term as Orange County mayor. Jacobs and the county commissioners were sworn in this morning at the Orange County Convention Center. Channel 9's Drew Petromo is live in Orange County. And Drew, Jacobs will preside over her first county commission meeting within the hour.
That's right, Bianca. 1:30 is the very first Orange County Commission meeting. Teresa Jacobs says she wants to get right to work. Teresa Jacobs put one hand on the Bible and raised the other and was sworn in as the 4th ever mayor in Orange County. Jacobs said her first priorities are to promote job growth and restore trust.
I believe government must work as hard for the single homeless mom as it does for the CEO of a multi-million-dollar company.
But she admitted her challenges are big. Unemployment is over 11% in Orange County, and it's been in double digits for nearly 2 years. I asked Jacobs if there's really anything the county can do to make that number go down.
It is business that creates jobs, and government can be part of that solution process, or they can be part of the problem.
There's also the problem of falling property tax revenues. And with federal stimulus dollars running dry, there's sure to be more cuts when the commission begins work on the new budget. Jacobs says she's already spoken with county workers to deliver disappointing news.
We're going to have another tough couple of years ahead of us. We're going to stay the course. County employees would like to see increases in pay. I don't see that happening for a while.
But Jacobs says she remains confident that better days are ahead for Orange County. Mayor Rich Crotty spoke during the ceremony and said he agrees.
I will tell you that I believe Orange County is in good hands.
And 2 new commissioners and 2 re-elected commissioners were also sworn in today. When they meet this afternoon, one of their first jobs will be to elect a vice mayor for the county. Reporting live at the Orange County Convention Center, Drew Petrimo, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
And just the past 2 from overnight, a manhunt is underway this morning for the person responsible for attacking a woman inside the victim's home. Deputies tell us that the man tied up the woman and used a gun to threaten her. Channel 9's Drew Petrimo is live in the neighborhood near Weatherby and Orange Avenue to tell us what deputies know about the suspect.
Liz, deputies say he was dressed in all black and driving a gold car, basically trolling this usually quiet neighborhood looking for a victim. Deputies say it happened around 2:30 this morning. A woman had her garage door open and was smoking a cigarette when a man in a gold 4-door car drove by. Deputies say the car circled back and the man got out.
Walked up to her, implied that he had a firearm, and led her into the residence.
That's when the story really gets disturbing. Deputies say the suspect forced the woman to take off her clothes and then tied her up in a back room. Investigators are still working to determine exactly what happened from there, including whether or not there was a sexual assault.
Then he collected electronic equipment such as TVs, purses, DVD players, and things like that. And once he collected the property, he left.
Now investigators are working to sort out a crime scene in a normally quiet and crime-free neighborhood. Patrol units have been alerted to be on the lookout for a dangerous suspect.
The suspect looks to be a black male, dressed all in black, black hat, black shirt, black pants.
And we just saw another Orange County deputy head down the street to where this crime happened. We will be working to get in touch with investigators throughout the morning to bring you the very latest. Reporting live along Weatherby Road in Orange County, Drew Petrimo, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
New this morning, from overnight fire. Investigators will sift through the remains of a Brevard County home this morning. The house in Palm Bay went up in a ball of flames, and firefighters reported several large explosions. Channel 9's Drew Petrimo is live on Peak Street, where firefighters are still checking out hot spots this morning.
Yeah, Liz, firefighters actually had to come back out here this morning because of flames that sparked back up in the collapsed roof. I can tell you that it still smells like thick smoke out here more than 9 hours after this blaze first started. Earth-shaking explosions rocked the neighborhood as the house went up in flames.
Hey, we just had a propane go up. Let's get this house across the street cleared out.
We heard this loud, huge, like a sonic boom, and it was like, we thought a car hit our house.
Flames quickly rose above the treetops as firefighters scrambled to the scene.
We saw a propane tank lying down, and it was just like streaming out fire. And we tried to get a fire extinguisher to put it out.
But the fire moved fast. That neighbor told us he tried to help with a fire extinguisher, but chemical explosions in the garage made it dangerous.
We were staying back a little bit. It was loud explosions, but I mean, we didn't want to see the house go out in fire. Like, we wanted to help.
The effort did little. By the time crews were able to put out the fire, the home was a total loss. Now firefighters are working to determine what went wrong. We noticed a kiln amid the rubble, and it appears the homeowner worked on ceramics in his garage. And despite all of this damage, this was the only house that was damaged in the fire. Also, there were no injuries. Reporting live in Palm Bay and Brevard County, Drew Petrimo, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
A Haines City man is in the hospital this morning with a gunshot wound after he
yesterday, killing 2 people. The truck exploded on the overpass at North Courtney Parkway and the beach line. Channel 9's Drew Petrimo is live on the beach line with new information on the big repair job that gets started today.
Yeah, guys, this is going to be a very big job. Take a look. That is the 528 bridge over Courtney Parkway there, and you can see the extensive damage to the columns. Officials tell us it'll be more than a month before people can go across this bridge again. This home video captured the scene just moments after a pickup truck clipped a tanker hauling gasoline in Brevard County. Mark Smith was one of the first to try to help.
I tried to run into it up to the point where my clothes were going to start to catch on fire.
Little could be done, and both drivers died in the inferno. Investigators say they were burned so bad dental records will have to be used to identify them.
It's a pretty serious situation, you know, when you see life in front of you and then you can't help that life.
Into the night, Department of Transportation crews worked to assess the damage. The massive fire engulfed the 528 overpass of Courtney Parkway. Officials say both spans of the 528 will have to be replaced, along with support columns on the east side of the bridge.
We're going to be meeting with prospective vendors, contractors this weekend, and so that they can tell us, how much it's going to cost that they feel to fix this.
Officials say repairs will take 30 to 35 days. During that time, both roads will be detoured. And you can see people being forced to exit the 528 right there. You can get right back on the 528, but the Courtney Parkway is going to be closed for the duration of this work, and that could cause some headaches for people going to work on the Space Coast. Officials tell us they want to get started with construction as soon as possible, and once they do, they'll be working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to get this fixed. Reporting live in Brevard County, Drew Petromo, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
While the bridge is closed on Merritt Island, east and westbound drivers are...
Jamie?
This morning, we could learn the names of 2 Orange County Sheriff's deputies who shot and wounded a man. Yesterday's shooting also sent bullets flying into a nearby home. Channel 9's Drew Petromo is live in the Lakewood Forest area near the 417 with more on what we know about the man wounded in the shooting. Drew?
Well, yeah, that man is lucky to be alive this morning. The 18-year-old was shot right inside this neighborhood, and when cops opened fire, bullets hit 2 separate homes. Neighbors in the Lakewood Point subdivision say it was a frantic scene.
There was a tremendous amount of yelling. I couldn't tell if it was back and forth or if it was 2 people yelling against one or what the story was, but there was a lot of yelling before the gunfire started.
Deputies say they confronted 18-year-old Juan Pisono inside the neighborhood at about 2 a.m. Friday morning. At some point, Pisono apparently pretended to point a gun at deputies, and that's when 2 of them opened fire. Bullets riddled 2 homes, passing dangerously close to sleeping children and leaving neighbors wondering if cops overreacted.
Just was in the heat of the moment. They were unable to focus, or they were running mid-flight, something like that. That was a lot of shots fired in a very short amount of time.
We asked a police expert to take a look at the case, and he told us that suspects like Pisono are unpredictable. Deputies were responding to the neighborhood after reports of a suspicious person.
The deputies presumably had reason to respond the way they did.
Pisono was taken to ORMC. Deputies tell us his injuries are not life-threatening. And neighbors actually tell us that this man might have actually wanted to be shot. FDLE would not confirm or deny that. They are currently investigating this case, and we are still waiting on the names of those 2 deputies who fired their guns. Reporting live in Orange County, Drew Petromo, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
And as Drew mentioned, we are waiting for the Sheriff's Office to release those names sometime this morning and to explain more about what happened. We will continue to follow the story and bring you any new developments on Eyewitness News and at WFTV.com. In the case against Casey